So I see that a lot of people are excited that the Border Patrol and ICE are going into these sanctuary cities and states to round up illegals. But let me warn you about something. You know, they do these things and it amazes me that people don't see it. You think they're really doing this because they want to round up some illegals? Do you? Well, okay, let me make it clear. Yes, these people, the ones that they were supposedly arresting yesterday or whatever, had been convicted of crimes, and I do believe that that's totally different. But here's the real thing. This is not about illegals. It's not. The wall's never gonna happen. Just want to put that out there. But this isn't about illegals. This is to get conservatives or anybody that feels, you know, the people that are all supporting, you know, deporting all the illegals and all of this stuff. They want you to support this, because what they are doing is the federal government, which is ICE and Border Patrol and all of these things, are superseding state law by going into these sanctuary cities and arresting these people. So this is a double-edged sword, and you really need to think about if you're going to support this or not. I say absolutely not. We just take our chances. But let me explain why. I'm not for open borders or anything like that, but I do, however, see what they're actually trying to do. And we see it right now with Virginia and all of these states that are trying to be sanctuary gun states. So you're going to celebrate that the federal government will supersede the state government for rounding up illegals. What do you think's going to happen next? This is their gateway to get you to be all supportive. Oh yeah, they're rounding them up. Go Trump. Go Trump. They're setting a precedent for what's to come. See, we have states that are, and rightfully so, because we have a 10th Amendment for a very good reason. Unfortunately, people forget that. Even our state government forgets that, and have handed over all of our state powers to the federal government. And honestly, and I've spoken about this many times, I'll put the video that I go into more detail, I'll put that at the end of this. But the thing is, you know, it, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. We've got states with the abortion, with the gun sanctioned cities and stuff. And if you think that the federal government will stop at just rounding up illegals, you're sadly mistaken, because that's not what's going to happen. That's on the bottom of their list. Top of their list, however, is to have full control. And by getting you to support this, see, okay, let me explain this. They're doing it at both angles. They are having the liberals support, you know, try to fight these states that are banning abortion at 8 weeks or 6 weeks or when there's a heartbeat. And then they have the conservatives that they are getting them to support going into these sanctuary cities and round up illegals. And of course the left also with the guns. So they have them supporting federal government, come in, overtake it. And then they got the conservatives, federal government, come in, overtake it. You see what you're supporting? On both sides. What you are doing is saying it doesn't matter that we have a 9th and 10th Amendment. I believe the federal government should have all the power. That's what you're doing. And it's something you really need to think about, because is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to let a few, just a handful, that's all they're going to do. They're going to round up a handful of illegals, deport them, get you on the side, and show you, oh yeah, we're rounding them up, we're doing this. At the same time, they've got the left saying, oh no, states can't be gun sanctuaries. Nope, can't do it. So they've got both of you on the side of the federal government. No matter how you look at it, that's not what they don't care which side you support, as long as you support the federal government superseding state law. Same with the marijuana. You know, we have the states that approve marijuana, and especially when they first started, the DEA was going into these labs and raiding them, saying, oh, well, you know, we're the federal government, we supersede state law. That's not true. Well, it wasn't, and it shouldn't be, and that's not how our Constitution was written. There's a reason that we have the amendments we have. The most important politicians and the laws being passed and the people that you're supporting and worrying about what's going on in this election or this election should be first and foremost your local government, your most, you know, your city and whatever, and then it should be your state. The last thing on your list should be a presidential election. I understand people are like, no way. Yes way. Because the state runs just like a country, and we can run as a country. And when you have a strong state government, state and local governments, if anything was to ever occur, like if the federal government decides to just go crazy, or the stock market completely crashes, or they just, whatever the case may be, martial law, anything. Think about it in any context. Your state can say, we're good. We don't need your money. We don't need anything from you. We're running our state like we're supposed to be doing. The unfortunate truth is most of our governors have handed over power for money. They've sold out for federal government money. And they've sold out all of our freedoms. And we are allowing it. They're not the only ones to blame. It's us too. Most people don't even know who their state and local legislators are. They like it like that. They want you to be all eyes on the presidential election. Why? Think about why. What was the president's original job and duties? What were they? For foreign affairs. Essentially, that's it. But they have created a monster with these federal organizations, the FBI, the CIA, the DHS, the FDA, oh my gosh, we could just go on and on with all these letters. Why? Why have we allowed this? We don't have to. We currently still have our Constitution. It's been ripped up and burned and wadded up. But seriously, think about it. When you support the federal government, no matter what the situation is, to go in and supersede state law, no matter if you agree with it or disagree with it, you are saying that it's okay for everything. You're okay with them rounding up people in sanctuary states, illegals, then you're okay with the federal government, the FBI, the the ATF, all of these people to come take your guns. You're okay with them coming in and saying that abortion should be a right to all people. And you, citizen, will help fund that. That's what you are saying yes to when you support the federal government superseding state law. I know it doesn't look like that. You're like, no, but they committed a crime by coming in here. Yeah, they did. They did. But if they weren't caught on the border and the state of California wants to support them with state money, that's another thing I want to make clear. As long as these people are not receiving federal money, that's what we need to make clear. If they want to do this, then they're going to have to do it with their state money, not with federal money. I've said this and I'll continue saying it. Whatever the state of California wants to do, the state of California can do. Whatever New York wants to do, they can do. If they want to murder babies at term, well, it makes me sick, but that's what they're going to do. But don't be fooled. When Louisiana says there's not going to be any abortion, and when Alabama says there's not going to be any abortion, and we're going to have sanctuary cities, the entire state will be sanctuary for the Second Amendment, and for the First Amendment, and for our Constitution, that's what's going to happen. That's fine. We run our states like little countries. That's how they should be. Actually, most of our states are the size of countries. You know, whether big or small, whatever, but they are. And to delegate all of the powers to the federal government is so ignorant. Because what we do here in Louisiana surely isn't what is going on in California. And that's okay. But don't put your stuff on me, and don't accept federal government money. And then we're all good. That's what our 10th Amendment was for. That's what our 9th Amendment is for. But mainly our 10th, for the states to have the powers, the federal government to have limited and defined powers, whereas the state has infinite and numerous, undefined, indefinite, whatever. That way, you have more control over it. We can't control what's going to happen in a presidential election. It doesn't even matter. If you look at everything, everything's been going the same way for the last few decades. People need to realize that. Stop supporting the federal government. Support your state and local legislation. Go to the meetings, talk to people. And whenever they screw up, it's easy to say, okay, you're done. You know, you could get enough people to get together and go vote for them. And to vote them out, whatever. But I'll put the video that I go into more detail about this at the end. You can click on it. But I just wanted to point that out. Y'all have a wonderful day. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye, guys.